I often find that I come alive after about 45 minutes, and I quite often hate running for the first 10. I was cycling through that wooded section back there, and I was just thinking, this is the happiest I've felt for years. I can't remember the last time I felt so kind of overwhelmingly happy. It's now midday. I'm on the A272, halfway between Petersfield and Midhurst. It's a fairly busy A road here, but this little lay-by looks like it used to be part of the old A road. I'm hoping to hopefully going to stay in a car park sort of south of Midhurst, which is kind of on the South Downs Way. I've never run the South Downs Way before, any of it, so I'd like to try and get into that car park and stay overnight. Tomorrow I'm booked onto a campsite near Rochester Castle, and that's all for work. So I've just stopped here for a bit of lunch and just chill out. There's no rush to get to this other car park. I think you might have to pay during the day and it's free overnight. But I've just checked on Park for Night, and there are some other options kind of in and around Midhurst. So there's about at least 4 I can see really easily. So I'll head for the one that I really want to be in, and then take it from there. I'm just going to chill out here for a while. I might stay here for an hour, but it is a bit noisy with traffic, but I'm just parked kind of under a tree, and it's quite nice. So I've just been into Midhurst to get some bits and pieces. I noticed on our website that the local hardware store did these little G4 LED bulbs, 12 volt ones, and I got 3 from there for about 12 quid, and then realising that Sainsbury's doing a pack of 4 for 10 quid, so I've ended up buying 7, but that'll cover all of my interior lights, including some reading lights, which will save me quite a bit of energy in the winter, and it also means I can put the little reading lights back up on the wall, so that could be a little DIY project for this afternoon. It's very, very hot. It's about 26, 27 degrees outside. I've just come back to the van, and internal temperature gauge saying 38 degrees at the moment. So I might just get driving. I've just spoken to some guys about this place I'm going to down on the South Downs Way. There's another one just back up the road which I've come past, which is higher up on a hill and a bigger car park. I'm tempted to go there first and explore that bit, and then go to this other car park later on this evening, because I think that's a smaller one. So I've just bought some cold drinks and some other bits of food and stuff like that as well. So yeah, I just need to sit down a minute and work that out. I think I'm going to go back up the road a couple of miles to this other place, because there's supposed to be a nice viewpoint there as well, and the other one's down in a valley. I can't believe my luck. I've just pulled up to this parking spot on the South Downs Way, just south of Midhurst, which is marked as a potential free camping spot, and the Centurion 100 mile South Downs Way ultramarathon is on, and there are marshals right outside the car park within 20 metres of my van. They've just finished, the cut-offs just happened, the last few stragglers have come through. It's about 27 degrees now, and this is at about 50k, about a third of the way through the course, and some of the stragglers are in a bad way, and most of them have just pulled out at this point. But I've just been talking to loads of the marshals, and there's a cafe about 100 metres down the road from the camping spot. There's a car park. So I've been chatting to quite a few of the competitors in there, trying to see if I can help GM along with it. So what a chance. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to move out of Exeter and move into a van, just create opportunities. I've just met some really cool people, just chatting to one of the ladies there. I think her surname's Venables, and she's done the 145 mile Grand Canal Ultra, all sorts of stuff. and you just don't meet people like that sat in a little house in Exeter. So I'm just really chuffed. I had a lovely chat with a load of people at Stonehenge this morning. So I know it's all quite superficial stuff, but you know, just get to meet so many new interesting people. Anyway, so I'm just it's really hot and I'm not going to do anything strenuous today. I'm not running today, so I'm just going to walk up to the top of this hill to the kind of southwest of where my van is, just to see what the South Downs way is about, and then tomorrow I might go up the other side of the valley, see what's over the next hill before I head on to Rochester. That's where I'm staying tomorrow night before going back starting at work on Monday. So anyway, let's see what's at the top of this hill. Right. Quite a few mountain bikers coming down off the hill at the moment. So this trail goes down to the A272, I think it is. No, the A264. Down to where my van is, just off the road, and then straight up the other side of that hill there, up into the woods. Yeah, loads of mountain bikers. It's absolutely amazing condition at the moment. Apparently when it gets wet, this becomes like really gungy, and it sets like concrete. I met a load of guys who are bike packing. They've come down from Manchester and have made their way all the way down from Manchester, and they're finishing it in Brighton tomorrow. Something about 500 miles or something. Yeah, just meeting so many cool people here. I've just realised that I haven't been putting my hikes on Strava, and I can tell that because I'm out hiking, you know, walking either in the morning or in the evening on my rest days, my non-running days, I can feel my legs are getting stronger already, and I think my aerobic fitness is coming back, and just feeling as though I'm getting stronger again. So I think I'm going to start logging that, just because I think it's important in kind of metering my return to fitness. But yeah, anyway, I'm just going to keep up to the top of this hill and see if I can find somewhere in the shade with a nice view and drink my cold drink. I've been expecting at some point for me to find this kind of peak and then a drop down into a big plain or something, but it looks like the hills here are really gently rolling, so it looks like there's at least another half a mile before I might get to that point, so I'll just keep going. But I'm not complaining, it's just caught me out a little bit. There are lots of other little bridleways that are intersecting on the South Downs Way here, so it looks like a real mecca for mountain biking. And you know, some of them are like really beautiful little single tracks going down through woods and things. Yeah, it's beautiful up here. Here you go. This is what I was expecting and hoping for. I'm definitely going to be back to have a closer look at this at some point in the future. I'm tempted to come up here on my mountain bike tomorrow morning instead of going for a run. You know, come out for an hour or two, because I have plenty of time tomorrow. There's no point in me leaving before about midday because I can't get onto the campsite till 2 p.m. But look at this view. It looks like it sort of goes ahead, and it just kind of gently undulates and goes through like dense woodland and stuff like that. It's absolutely beautiful. I think this is going to be as far as I'm going to go on my walk. I've been going for about 45 minutes, and I am getting a bit hot, so I think I'm going to go and find a bit of shade and go and chill for a bit, head back to the van and try and cool the van down a bit. I could do with catching up with some video editing. I have got a little bit of work that I need to get done at some point, so I might do that, but it might be good for me to go and settle into that spot and just feel comfortable there and be comfortable for the night. But yeah, this is beautiful up here. Really quite blown away about it. Yeah, just got back to the van. It's just coming up 6 o'clock. So that little walk up the hill turned into a kind of 2-hour hike. I think I've probably done about 5 or 6 miles. Yeah, got a beautiful view at the top. I've come back in the van. It says 34.8 degrees. I moved it. Originally it was under some trees in the shade because I didn't want to get too hot. But then I realised that my solar panels wouldn't be charging, and I was thinking of trying to do some video editing this evening. So anyway, I've just opened all the roof lights and the windows up and the door, try and get some cool air in here, and it'll be interesting to see how it cools down. But that's probably it for today. It's been a really cool day. Started off with 8 o'clock run around Stonehenge, a nice drive up here into the South Downs, caught up with a Centurion 100-mile ultra marathon, and then walked 5 or 6 miles of it myself. So let's hope tonight is all good in this car park. Quite close to an A road here. There's quite a bit of traffic at the moment, sort of a car every kind of 30 seconds or so. I imagine that will quieten down, from 8, 9 o'clock or something like that, but we'll see. It feels safe here. It feels nice. Okay, it's Saturday the 11th of June. So it's the day after the walk up on the South Downs and watching the Centurion race. It's funny, it turns out that someone from Exeter that I know through running, who also started doing ultras, was a couple of miles away supporting a friend on the race. So it's a shame I didn't bump into him, but yeah, it's about 7:20 in the morning, and I'm a bit knackered this morning. I didn't sleep very well last night. It's a really lovely little spot in this car park, but it's right next to an A road, and being Saturday night, it was busy till gone kind of 2:30 in the morning, and I kept just getting woken up, and people drove into the car park and turned around a couple of times. And I guess, being new to this, I'm still not completely comfortable with, sleeping in free spots, in kind of wild spots. But, it's fine. It is what it is, and I'm sure I'm going to get more used to this as my confidence grows. And this morning, I can't quite decide whether to go for a run or a bike ride. I'd really like to take my mountain bike up the hill that I walked up yesterday, because there's an amazing descent from the top. And from the top, you could see how it kind of undulates in the other direction. It looks really beautiful. I'd really like to cycle that. So I've got to leave here by midday at the latest, probably best about 11:30. It depends on which way I go back. I'll probably take the kind of pretty route and then head north up to Rochester. I need to be there around about 2 o'clock. I have to kind of book into the campsite. But yeah, but I'm thinking of doing both run and bike. I think I'm going to head off in the opposite direction to I went yesterday, just kind of hike up the hill for about maybe 45 minutes or something, an hour, and then turn around and jog back, and then jump on the bike and go up the other side. So I'm in the bottom of a valley here, because it would be good to do a kind of long effort today. Haven't done a really decent 2 or 3 hour effort for a while, so it'd be a good way of doing the two, and then I can grab a coffee at the little cafe just down the road, which is really lovely, before coming back, having a shower, and then shooting off. So I think I'm going to do both. I'd really like to explore the side I haven't explored yet. That's what this whole van life thing is about: adventuring and exploring, finding new stuff. So if it's anything like decided when up yesterday, it'll be beautiful, I'm sure. So I'll get my stuff ready. I think I'll get all my bike stuff ready and kind of lay it out inside the van under my duvet or something, so people can't see it, so I can just come back and do a quick changeover. So yeah, I ought to get my ass in gear really. I was having a quick little think about logistics. So I'm going to run in my cycle shorts with a pair of running shorts over the top. I'm not going to take any water with me because I'm only going to be out running for an hour to an hour and a half, and it's not that hot at the moment. And then come back, grab a bottle of water I've just put half a sachet of Tailwind in it, so that will give me some energy and some electrolytes and rehydration for the bike ride. And I'll just grab my bike out of the garage and put that rucksack on that's got a bunch of repair kit and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that'll work. 7:35 in the morning, that's the earliest running start. Other than doing a 24-hour team race, I think it's the earliest start I've ever done. Oh no, I've done a few ultras starting at that, earlier than that, but yeah, that's the thing about living in a van, just get on with it. One of the things I noticed as I get older is that being 58, I have to kind of coax my body into action a bit more than, quite a lot more than I used to. So I'm just doing a kind of gentle interval sort of sessions coming up this hill, keeping my heart rate below kind of 145 beats a minute, just kind of encouraging the body into life. Otherwise I'll just suffer. So I often find that I come alive after about 45 minutes, and I quite often hate running for the first 10. But anyway, I think the gradient eases off in a minute, so I'll just start jogging again. The forecast actually suggested it was going to be bright and sunny today, a little bit cooler, up to about 23, 24. But and then some lightning showers around about 2 p.m. But it's quite overcast at the moment. It looks as though the storm could come through a little bit earlier. It's not supposed to reach Rochester where I'm headed later for work, but I don't know, it might burn off a little bit. But I don't want to be up on the top of a ridge in an electrical storm, and I would suggest you probably wouldn't want to do that either. There are so many other beautiful little paths that kind of intersect this as well. You could do some really good little loops around here, I think. According to the weather forecast, the electrical storm started coming through till 2, and I'll be out of here well before then, so I was just debating on whether to take a coat with me, but I think I'm going to be alright. I think. Maybe I should take one. Right, it's taken me about 20 minutes to get up this hill. I'm at the high point where I was when I came out walking last night, and yeah, I might go for another half an hour or so, something like that. I can see how it kind of undulates into the distance. It looks absolutely beautiful. It goes through some wooded sections and stuff. Loads of people out cycling and walking today. Everyone seems really friendly. It's really, although it's going to rain later and it's really muggy, the temperature is much cooler. It's really nice. It's really nice for like exercising. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put the camera down to take shots, because I just want to enjoy this ride. Actually, I've been out on the bike for a couple of weeks, but yeah, let's just carry on and see how we go. So I'll show you where we are. So we've come from up there, we're going in there. Look at this, that's where I've just come from. And that's where I'm headed. Okay, I've been going for about 40 minutes now. I've just dropped down quite a long steep hill and then it's sort of eased off here, so I think I'm going to turn around and go back up and head back to the cafe and grab a coffee and a bit of cake. Then I can get showered and then think about moving on to Rochester. Yeah, loads of people out. There's quite a few people out on gravel bikes doing look like they're doing the South Downs Way with camping kit. A few people on mountain bikes, a couple of people walking, a few people running. But I was just thinking, crikey, if I lived here, I'd be out on this all the time. And I'm thinking that I might try and plan a bit of a multi-day adventure here with some friends at some point in the future. Just sort of do I think it's about 75 miles long, I could be wrong, but maybe do it in a few days with some friends on mountain bikes with camping gear or something. It is very runnable, but I think it'd be more fun on bicycles. But right, okay, gonna head back for coffee. I've been really bowled over by how friendly people are on this trail. You know, I've been running on Dartmoor for years and you can pass people and they'll just look the other way and ignore you. I guess it's because it is a very defined trail. But yeah, everyone that I've passed has, you know, said hello. You know, quite a few people we've stopped and had a chat, and there's a guy just back here on the ridge that just put a big antenna up and he's doing some kind of sort of ham radio competition, transmitting and receiving all across the country. And sometimes he said you can get to Guernsey, and a guy younger than me, and there's another woman who's just pulled up and we all started having this conversation together. You know, he's into synthesizers and music and stuff like that as well. It's absolutely lovely to be out, you know, in the environment that really that you really love being in. Just meeting similar-minded people who are just really enjoying being out in beautiful countryside. I was cycling through that wooded section back there, and I was just thinking, this is the happiest I've felt for years. I can't remember the last time I felt so kind of overwhelmingly happy. So you know, there's a lot to be said for changing your circumstances and, you know, putting yourself in situations that you really want to be in. It isn't easy moving into a van, but, you know, maybe if you're thinking of moving somewhere else or just changing your jobs and stuff like that, I think just do it. And I'm gonna block someone who's running. Right, let's let that chap go by. Right, coffee and cake now. I don't think I'm going to film anything going downhill, but it's going to be fun. Well, that's been a great 3 hours. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, got a decent little run in and a nice bike ride up to explore a little bit more of the South Downs Way. Bumped into loads of people, had a lovely coffee and a vegan flapjack afterwards. And I'm back in the van now. Yeah, all loaded up. Just need to have a shower and then I can hit the road. Yeah, enjoy your adventures and I'll see you out there. Cheers, bye bye.